One of the things that makes African weddings special is the traditional wedding attire, one of which is the GELE. The GELE is a traditional Nigerian head wrap worn during special occasions and an accessory to the traditional Iro and Buba. Today, the GELE, much like the Nigerian traditional culture, has been revamped and celebrated. Women are now treating the GELE not just as an accessory, but sometimes as the main focus of the attire. On this episode of Wedding on a Budget, Tolulope Adedara, CEO GELE Craft, takes us through everything a bride needs to know about GELE on her wedding day. Stick around.
My name is Fola. I'm a digital marketer at PCplanet.com. GELE is something that is part of my dressing, something that shows my identity, as an African woman.
It just signifies Africa, an African woman, right? So when I think of an African woman in my head, I just think a woman in GELE,
It's an important attire that every girl, that's every lady, can't do without these days in an event, especially traditional events.
GELE to me is an head wrap that I don't really need in my life.
Well, I feel GELE is GELE. Party, weddings, it's GELE.
That's the Yoruba traditional scarf, yes.
It's for women, and we use it to complement our dressing, especially traditional attires.
GELE is just a head tie.
GELE completes the attire.
GELE is a traditional head wrap often used by Africans, Nigerians. It originated from the Yoruba tribe, and basically it's anything that is wrapped around the head. So that's what GELE is.
My name is Ezine Uzoije, and I am a digital marketer. How important GELE is to traditional weddings? I think it's very important. I'm Igbo, and I think it defines your clothing, it makes you more elegant.
Because I want to slay and I want it attached to my head. I want the beads and everything just looking on point to my dress.
It makes your attire totally complete. I don't think you want to do a traditional wedding, especially Yoruba traditional wedding, and not tie GELE. It's like the GELE complements the entire thing you're wearing, and it looks odd when you're not tying your GELE and you're all dressed up in the Yoruba with Ofi and all that, and you're not putting on your GELE. It's really, really weird.
You need to have that different look, you get a traditional look. So it's very important.
Can I do without GELE for my traditional wedding? Yes, I definitely can do without it because that's too much heat. Like, too much. That's heat.
It's the culture. It's something that we do. I'm a Benin girl, and apart from the fact that we tie beads and all of that, we still make tie GELE, and it's important. It's very, very nice. It makes the whole event looks traditional the way it is.
GELE means everything. It adds beauty to your dressing. After you apply your makeup, by the time you put your GELE, you tie your GELE, it adds more to your beauty.
How important is the use of GELE? It cannot be overemphasized. GELE is, to us, to me, to women, ladies, GELE is the crown that inspires tradition. GELE tying has existed long before now. We saw it, we met it, I met it, and I'm sure my children's children are going to meet it as well. It's an epitome of beauty in my culture, and basically it is what crowns the whole beauty. Without GELE tying, without GELE itself, the beauty is just there. The makeup, the clothing, it's just there. There is no balance. But with the GELE tied properly on the head, it explores the beauty of the lady, it explores the culture she represents, it explores a whole lot. So GELE is the beauty when it comes to traditional weddings.
Hi guys, my name is Lois Umweke. I am a blogger. I own the blog page Lagos Girl Gossip. Is there a difference between bridal GELE and regular GELE? Normally, I would say there's a difference, But I think the whole makeup artists are coming up with this unconventional gele thing. So I think most brides, we want to go for that different look, so they do the unconventional gele thing.
Actually, there's no difference because I realized that even for this Owambe, when you go on Saturday weddings, you see people literally stoning their gele. It's not even their wedding, but the gele is all big and well stoned and everything. So I don't think there's a difference between a normal gele and a bridal gele.
If I'm going for an event somewhere, I just need to have a good gele. Yeah, it looks nice, it's gele, right? But when it has to be bridal, when it has to do with my marriage, it's different. There has to be that difference. It has to pop, like, it's marriage, right? It has to pop.
Gele is on another level now. So there's a bridal gele and there's the normal one that our moms usually used to wear.
Girls have gone crazy when it comes to gele, and then you can't even tell the difference anymore. But I think there should be a difference. The bridal gele should have more embellishments, but then, I mean, some girls, some divas would like to just have that kind of gele. But yeah, it'd be nice to have a difference so that we'll know, this is a bride.
I think with regular gele, you just willing to do anything, try anything, but with bridal gele, you want it to be almost perfect because that's your big day. Yeah, so I think there should be a slight difference.
Yes and no. Yes, in the sense that there's this attention given to the marriage, the wedding gele, and all of that. You take the time to arrange the steps, and then regular gele, I can just tie my gele. I don't care who's looking at me. But for the bride, you have to stand out so someone doesn't take your shine on your wedding day.
Right now, right here in Nigeria or Africa, like I will say in Africa, everyone wants to be represented, everyone wants to be seen, and everyone wants to kind of compete with the bride. To me, the difference is in its volume and in its design. All right, we often have different types of material when we're styling the bride. So depending on the type of material the bride brings, you can differentiate that this is different from the bride. Depending on the design of the gele that we create for her, you can tell that, this stands out, that is the bride. Right now we see some guests trying to do almost the same as the bride, just to outshine her. But you will always know when you see a bride, you can tell by the outfit, by the headdress, the gele, you can always tell that, that is the bride. So there's a difference.
My name is Darren and I'm a fashion designer. I don't think gele is limited to the western part of Nigeria because I see it everywhere.
I'm from River State and I wore gele on my wedding. And I don't think it should be limited to only the western part of Nigeria. This is Nigeria, this is Africa. Africans should wear gele. Everybody should wear gele. Gele is beautiful. I mean, we have different types of gele, so it's not.
A lot of tribes are imbibing the art of the gele tying for weddings, so no.
I'm a Southerner from River State, and we use gele a lot. Like, my mom has a lot of those. Like, you're not fully dressed in a traditional outfit without a gele, so yeah.
People outside the Western culture tie gele too, and I feel like most times they are usually interested in the African culture. So you see that even the white people tie gele.
I think the only tribe or the only part that doesn't use gele is the Hausas, but I think Igbos, some Edo people actually use gele. They do the changing thing, then they do gele afterwards.
I sleep on the internet, so I can tell you that every tribe, every area of Nigeria, not even Nigeria, not only Nigeria, everybody wears gele.
I don't think gele is limited to the western part of Nigeria because in the south people use it. I think even in the north sometimes, I don't know.
Anybody can tie gele now. Anybody can tie gele.
Well, it's fashion, yeah? And I don't think fashion has limits. A Ghanaian woman can even wear it and to be fashion for her, so there's no limits, basically. Yeah.
We Nigerians, especially Yoruba, I keep putting on the Yoruba because I realize that it's Yoruba people that literally tie gele. You see I think the Edo with the old beads all over their head, but the Yoruba people will always tie the gele. So gele originated from the Yoruba people, especially people from Ekiti or Osun State, the downside of Nigeria. Yeah, it started from Nigeria, and it's peculiar to the Yoruba people and Nigerians.
Okay, what tribe is gele most relevant to their tradition? I won't be biased. I would name a few that I have seen and I often style. The Yorubas, the Niger Deltas, the Igbos, and some Hausas. But most importantly, I think it's Yoruba and Niger Delta, Urubos.
On my wedding, will I like a simple style or an extravagant style for my wedding?
Extravagance. I'm extra. Super, super extra. Yes, yes. I want, like, it's just one day. I want to do the old simple thing. So I think I'm actually going to go all out.
I don't think I'll tie gele on my wedding day. I'm not a fan. Nah.
Really, really simple, right? Simple, stylish, cool. Like, it means, I don't know, but I think I'll go with simple at the end of the day.
Please, I do simple geles all the time, so an extravagant gele for my wedding is the way forward.
I'll go with something little extravagant, not too extravagant, because I wouldn't like something to weigh down on my head or my ear.
I was trying to be very moderate. So I had, for my wedding, I had a simple gele. But then I had other stuff for my hair. I had the beads, I had the crown and all that stuff. But yeah, I was very simple. I'm modest.
If I eventually decide to tie gele, definitely it has to be very simple. It has to be less painful. It has to be something I can carry and not something I would want to pull after maybe I've done the necessary things on my wedding day. Yeah.
I don't want extravagant. I want something simple, classy, and chic.
Extravagant too. I mean, I'm the one getting married.
Everybody came looking for me. They came to see me and my husband, but then it's still me. I have to take the shine, so it has to be very big. It has to be flamboyant and it has to be gigantic.
Something simple and fine. You get no much thought, just simple and beautiful, yeah.
In between, something in the middle.
Extravagant. I want it everywhere. I want beads dripping from my head everywhere. Stones.
There's a whole lot of style out there. It all depends on the client and what she wants. The old step gele started and everyone kind of loved it. Guests, brides. So it got to a time that you couldn't differentiate between the bride and the guest. Everyone was doing the same thing. So it came on its own and it was perfect. Everything about it was perfect. Everybody wanted it and it trended. So it's a trend on its own. So other styles keep coming and it depends on the person that wants to tie that style. They all come in different shapes and patterns. Right? Gele tying to me is more of shapes and patterns. Sometimes we go in circles, sometimes we go square, sometimes we go in angles. You can go with fan, like you see the pleats going in. It's like waves. It's not in one particular way. It's just different. It's like adding pieces together and just trying to create something different. So there are lots of styles. If I start naming them, you might not know them, but just for the sake. We have the round style, which is the layered step, like you said. We have the bridal fan, often associated with Yoruba brides. It has this wings. Some people call it elephant ears. Some people call it two-side fan. We have the full fan. We have Urobo double fan, often used by Niger Delta brides. We have avant-garde. We have newly introduced fascinators done with gele. Couple of other styles that they are a sum of old styles. Do you understand? So many styles.
Can I do without gele for my traditional wedding? I don't think so. It's like a norm, like culture. It's what people do. It's part of the dressing. It's not complete without gele.
For my traditional wedding, no, I will not have that without my gele. Like, gele, it's really important to me. Like, I can't. All my sisters had their traditional marriages with amazing gele style, so definitely I'm having mine with that.
Can I do without gele for my traditional wedding? No. Even with my hijab, I'll definitely tie gele.
Some parts of Nigeria don't use gele, for instance, so I don't think it's really that important. As far as you look good, but I think as far as you have the whole traditional look, you can do it without the whole gele thing.
The gele is a traditional headgear that must be worn. It's just like you wear makeup. It's just like you wear a veil, a wedding veil. So the gele is a very important.
Gele is part of the swag now. You get.
That's my identity. That's the uniqueness. That's something that shows I'm an African woman.
I mean, I'm marrying her because I want to marry her, so gele doesn't count if she wants anyhow.
I can do without gele for a headgear for my traditional wedding because I don't want to have headache.
Can I do without gele? If my African mother allows me to do without it, I would absolutely do without it.
Well, yes, I can because of the part I come from. I'm Ishekiri, so it's not a must you tie gele, but I would really, really like to.
I've never used the gele. Yeah, so I can't do without it.
So is there a way that gele can stay on the head without being painful? Well, beauty comes with pain. Pain is beauty sometimes, but I believe in convenience when it comes to beauty. To me, I feel a lady should be able to express herself without hurting herself. And one way is the way that I explain or advise my brides or clients is one, take a painkiller. Because even after taking it, or even after me recommending something to you, you might still have to take that painkiller. So the first thing is take a painkiller. Then the next is there's a method that I use when I'm tying gele, and I try to the pressure point is mostly around the ear. That's where it starts hurting before any other place. So I try to block that pressure pain, and what will happen is it will reduce the pain for like 2 hours. So instead of it happening immediately, it would reduce it before you start feeling that tightness, that firmness. And then the other way is to try and create a auto gele. That's another way to reduce the pain, because if you don't, gele needs to be firm on the head, and you can control the firmness by doing the auto gele. So that's another one. Apart from that, I think you'll be fine with the with the gele on. So that's it.
How much I'll be willing to pay someone to tie my gele on my wedding day? Well, not so much. Well, it's not supposed to be so expensive, so I don't hope to spend so much. It just has to be a reasonable fee, right? If it's beyond that, I look for someone else.
I don't think I can pay 500K to tie gele. I'd rather learn how to tie that gele myself. But if I can afford 100, 150, 200, that's okay.
It depends on how much the person charges or how good the person is actually.
If it's for my traditional wedding, I can pay any amount.
I think I'm willing to pay as much as possible to look very fantastic, very good on my wedding day.
10,000, 15,000, 20,000.
5K.
I don't think I can put a price on the gele as long as the person tying it knows what he or she is doing. I don't think I can put a price on it.
I don't know. How much do they pay?
Well, since I don't like gele, I will not be paying anything to tie my gele. So
it actually depends. If it's a very big event, I'll be willing to pay much.
So the factors that determine how much I charge for tying gele is dependent on the location, dependent on the design that I'm to create, but mostly dependent on the location. There's always a basic charge for everything. The location is what inflates the price.
You heard the expert. The traditional wedding, without a doubt, is a thing of joy for African couples. The traditional attires adorned happens to be one of the exciting parts of the union, and the gele is no doubt one to make you stand out on your big day, if properly and stylishly tied. Until next time, it's Wedding on a Budget.